Hi guys, welcome back to my World of the Vision guide. Now I'm gonna review Ramza. After looking at his stats and other kits, I just want to say sorry because I have said he was inferior to Orlando, but he is not. Compared to other like UR units in the game, his stats are quite good. His health is not as good as Engelbert, but it is not a glass cannon like Rope. And if you take a look at the attack, Ramza attack power is about the same as Rob. Rob has a higher critical rate though. Ramza mobility is the best though. His movement range is the same, 3 squares, but he has 2 jumps, which is important on some terrain. Remember that Ramza has a ninja job too, so he can outmaneuver all these characters easily. Ramza master ability gives him another 10% health, so yes, I must say he is tankier than Orlando. The slash attack plus 10 is also nice because that increases his damage output. Ramza attack type resist is also pretty decent. He has 15% resist against slash, strike, and missile attack. He is weak against magical attack, but it is only 10%. For your info, Engelbert has minus 30% magic resist. This is important because Ramza has a little bit of potential to tank magic attack from enemies. So that's all about Ramza's stats. I like his stats better than Orlando. Now let's take a look on his job. Ramza's main job is Squire, and oh boy, it's pretty darn good. Shimmering Blade is a long-range attack which deals medium damage. It only uses 14 AP, so this is probably your most used abilities in the early battle. Ramza's Shout is very good buffing abilities. The AoE is huge. At the beginning of the battle, your characters usually stand next to each other, so using this is the same as buffing all your characters. This skill is also raise bravery, so it is easy to have 100 brave with Ramza on your party. He also has access to large damage ability, Double Break. It also reduces your opponent attack and magic stats. Yeah, that make him useful on most battles. The downside is the range, but like have been mentioned, Ramza has nice movement if you equip his ninja support abilities, so it is not a problem. The best ability is Triple Blow. It is 3 hits attack, which is great chaining tool. If you have Shadow Links, then yes, he is a good partner with Ramza. I know their elements are different, but you can do normal chain, so yes, it's also useful to clear chaining missions. Okay, you don't need to think much about chaining mission. You can simply use this and get 2 chains immediately. For subclass, it's kinda confusing. Pick Squire subclass if you want to make him into more supportive role. He can raise agility stats, which is really useful, especially for himself. With high agility, you may be able to use 2 triple blow before the enemy is able to act. The bad news is Tailwind is the only useful ability on the Squire subclass. Stone Throw is lame because you have that Shimmering Blade, and you can raise your allies' bravery using Shout. Okay, Spellblade subclass is probably the best subclass for him. You can become a semi-tank too, because you can provoke enemies using taunting spells. The range is also great. You also have access to Bonish God Blade, which deal large damage and grant you Dark Ether. Remember that the abilities on this job use magic scaling for damage, so you may want to equip Ragnarok magic type if you like this job, because Ragnarok has nice boost on both attack and magic. Next is Ninja. The job is nice, it has a lot of ranged attacks. Shuriken and Koton are useful, but those may be unnecessary because you already have Shimmering Blade. Unless the battle lasts really long, I don't think you need other offensive abilities other than your main Squire job. This makes this job ability not that interesting. And Ramza has good mobility, so range attack is only useful on the early part of the game when the enemy is still far away from your position. Once you are getting close, you want to use your triple blow and double break, so you won't need this many range attack. Okay, that's why I prefer Spell Blade because it has Banish God Blade. For Limit Burst, Ramza Limit Burst Ultima is really great because it cannot miss. From what I hear, when Kiton is available on the game, many players are probably make an evade based party. At that time, this LB gonna be really useful against them because it cannot miss. This LB damage scales on magic stats. This is why I prefer to use Spell Blade subclass, okay, because that means you will raise your magic stats which synergize with his LB. Let's say if you pick Ninja job, then it's kind of waste to raise your magic stats because it only affects your limit burst. But with Spell Blade, you also need magic stats for Spell Blade. For support abilities, the best are Sukuchi and Shadowrunner. Sukuchi will increase your move and jump by 1, which means 4 moves and 3 jumps. Pretty amazing, right? If you think it is still not enough, then equip another move plus 1, then he will become, he can become main character on that Stranding because he has wide range of movement. But that's probably overkill. That's why I choose Shadowrunner to increase agility and luck stats. With high agility, you will act faster, which means moves further too. The rest of the support abilities are kinda niche though. For reaction abilities, I think Magic Guard is the best. Whether you plan to make him into semi-tank or not, magic is Ramza's weakness. So having something which able to mitigate magic damage gonna be very useful. That's all about Ramza job setup for now. Let's talk about Vision card. So his Vision card is about the same as Orlando because both of them are slashers. For your Vision card, the best is still House of Wolves, Ramza Vision card, okay? And yes, because it increases your slash attack and agility, that's one of the best card on the game, okay? And being a light element character, Ramza can take advantage from the Shine of Shadow card because it increases his Dark Resist, which is he weak against, and this also increases his light elemental attack. Very good. For MR rarity, you can use Iron Giant and Kiton. Kiton is really good on Ramza because he has plus 6 spirit stats, so it can mitigate the drawback from the Kiton Vision card. Vow of Love is also nice for him if you want to make him into semi-tank. Okay, Vow of Love gives you slash attack and attack boost for your party. Okay, but yes, the drawback is it gives you hate stats. Actually, hate is not a bad stat if you want to make a character into tank. That's why only put this card if you want your Ramza to become semi-tank. For SR rarity, there are no cards which directly benefit him, so you can equip him with Cactuar to increase other characters' critical stats. The increase in agility is also useful for him. Okay, Ramza's Trustmaster reward is quite good, I must say. It gives you lots of health, 422, one of the highest health boosts on the game. It also gives you 8 defense. Critical evasion may be not that useful because from my understanding it's only chance to evade. Okay, the ability probably not that good because it gives TP to another character. Most TP based abilities are support type. He is already able to support your party really well, so I don't think you need to give TP to anyone. So my conclusion for Ramza. So yes, Ramza is a great character. His solo capabilities may be lower than Orlando, but he can support your party really well and maybe make your party better than simply adding Orlando. He is fast, mobile, and can chain. Talking about offense, he is not bad. Remember that you can only use Divine Ruination twice, and it takes lots of AP. So you need to recharge Orlando AP. With his bad mobility, he may have problems getting close to enemy, okay, to recharge your AP. But that's not a problem for Ramza. So yes, in my opinion, Ramza is also almost perfect 10 character like Orlando. No need to be salty if he is what you get from Final Fantasy Tactic Pool. The only problem for him, okay, which hinder him to get perfect 10 scores is because he has some competition. Rob, Tancred, but for Orlando only, yeah, he's the only Thunder Slashers on this game. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all you need to know about Ramza. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more War of the Vision review video. Bye bye guys.